How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, we're going to be going over quite a few different news that we have currently, guys. We have got some information about Pokemon Go, we've got some information about Sword and Shield, seemingly, and also some other information. It's going to be a mixture of info and major news today, guys. So, let's get into it right away, shall we? Starting off with this right here, ladies and gentlemen. So, this was just sent out here. It was on Reddit found, and Jinx Club tweeted out saying, unconfirmed footage of armored Mewtwo in Pokemon Go. Now, this is very strange, right? Because I did a video yesterday talking about how when it comes to Pokemon games, we've never really seen these different forms or these official mainline characters and stuff ever really show up in the mobile games or the spin-off, rather the mobile games, right, so far. And now it seems like that is happening. Here, people are seemingly finding an image of a armored Mewtwo, as you can see right there. Armored Mewtwo, which is the armored Mewtwo that's going to be in the upcoming movie, okay? The upcoming Mewtwo Strikes Back movie. And here we can see an armored Mewtwo with 49,000, combat points. Right here from Pokemon Go, and it's literally the Mewtwo, the brand new one from the actual movie that we've seen. Like, we've seen some images and footage of it so far, so that seems to be what's going on here, which is quite actually interesting. I think there's another image right here, but it's pretty much the same one, which is quite interesting. I'm going to be frankly honest. You can see right here, leaked pictures suggest that Armored Mewtwo is coming soon to Pokemon Go to coincide with the release of Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Thoughts? And then people down here, just kind of commenting, there's enough uncertainty here to remove this post, The model looks exactly like the in-game model would be for Armored Mewtwo reveal image, though. If you look right here, this is the image of the real Armored Mewtwo, and this matches well together. Like, it matches really well together, and it looks to be realistic. And if you haven't seen the trailer already, definitely watch it so you know what we're talking about, because Armored Mewtwo, of course, is from the original Pokemon, the first movie, which is Mewtwo Strikes, I think, or... yeah, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's from the first movie, right? And the same thing is seemingly showing up right here in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a Mewtwo striking back, aka Armored Mewtwo, in Pokemon Go. So if you're playing Pokemon Go, I guess get hyped. You're going to be able to catch a brand new, unique Pokemon. Now, next up, actually, is a thing that I think a lot of you guys will enjoy, which is this right here. So, if you guys haven't seen this, you've probably already seen the trailer for Pokemon Masters, but Pokemon Masters official image here showing the mysterious new characters introduced in Pokemon Masters, which are probably going to be the evil team, as you can see right here. We got like some Macho Man, we got seemingly the leader in the middle here, and also probably like an admin. I guess these two could be admins or something, and the middle guy is definitely the leader. It looks quite much younger than most, evil team leaders we tend to have in Pokemon games. But they look really cool, though. I'm going to be frankly honest. I don't know about everybody else. But I do agree on this one, though. Yeah, they have got a similar face. Genuinely, though, really cool-looking characters. I really hope that, with Sword and Shield, we get characters that look this kind of unique and stuff when it comes to, the evil team and all that. So I do hope for that, ladies and gentlemen. It would be really cool. But overall, though, great image. Great artwork, and great characters design. I just think they look great, okay? There's not much else I can really say about them besides really that. So that's, I guess, about it. So, yeah. But let's just read more into the actual Armored Evolution thing here. So earlier in April, a trailer for upcoming Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution dropped and the left Pokemon fans speechless for many reasons. Mainly as this movie is to be a remake of the original Mewtwo Strikes Back. The trailer highlighted several scenes that made fans nostalgic, but more importantly, it showcased a jaw-dropping Armored Mewtwo. See image below. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution is set to release on July the 12th, almost a week from now. So yeah, that's definitely making a lot of sense if it's going to release very soon, and they already have a finished version of it in the files ready to go. It's very interesting. So next up here is, how does this relate to Pokemon Go? Well, earlier today, a picture of what appears to be an Armored Mewtwo as a raid boss being showcased during some sort of a keynote presentation was leaked. The image doesn't feel fake, but one should remain careful nonetheless. If you don't know, Nintendo has previously used Pokemon Go to promote the releases of one of its movies, Detective Pikachu, where tons of Detective Pikachu would spawn in the wild. Considering that the Mewtwo only has been available through raids in Pokemon Go, the leaked picture makes perfect sense. That being said, and considering that Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution is set to release in almost a week, one could say that there's a lot of credibility to a potential Armored Mewtwo as a raid boss in a very near future, because it would simply makes no sense for it to be introduced in Pokemon Go a month or more after the release of the movie. Perhaps even an announcement will take place tomorrow or Friday to coincide with the beginning of Pokemon Go Fest in Dortmund, and one can only speculate. Since Armored Pokemon is an entirely new concept, there isn't much left to speculate about, other than the fact that clearly Mewtwo's statistics would be boosted in some ways. What do you think? Is the leak credible? how would this be implemented in Pokemon Go? Through EX raid or legendary raids? How strong will this Mewtwo be? Share your thoughts below. But there is a thing, this is real, okay? This is confirmed. We can say it's confirmed. Why? Because there was actually a thing in Pokemon Go very recently where below Mewtwo's, like, if you had a Mewtwo, right? If you actually had a real Mewtwo, you can actually see below, like, the Mewtwo thing, you can see that it said you could evolve it, right? But it only showed the outline of a normal Mewtwo, but you could actually, there was an evolve button for it, which usually shouldn't be there at all, but it was an evolve button there, which seemingly to me seems to confirm there's going to be an Arbor Mewtwo in the upcoming Pokemon Go updates or whatever, so that's pretty cool. Now, next up is Sword and Shield stuff, ladies and gentlemen, seemingly Sword and Shield stuff. So, Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak apply for the trademark Kamonegi, which is Farfetched, trademark, application and details, and we go here to the detail page, we actually read a little bit more about it. So, Farfetched trademark, Nintendo Company Limited, Creatures Inc., and Game Freak Co. Limited, Company Limited, have applied for a Kamonegi Farfetched trademark in Japan for the purpose of related to merchandising, video games, and events. Actual application added below, thanks to J. Platt Pat, who actually got the, I guess, information kind of put together here so we can kind of check it out, but I guess it's only in Japanese, so I can't really tell. But here it kind of goes through like what the copyright is, and there's been no comments here, so nobody's really given their opinion on this. But you know what I think, guys? I think this pretty much confirms Farfetched. If you guys don't remember, the original leak now that actually gave us a lot of the information about Sword and Shield prior to the latest Pokemon Direct actually said there's going to be a brand new evolution for Farfetched called Farfetched. And them re-trademarking Farfetch'd all of a sudden would make sense, because if you're making a brand new Pokemon, that's going to, like some sort of brand new Pokemon, right? Because it would be, technically speaking, a brand new Pokemon if it's an evolution. It's a brand new thing, right? If you're doing that, trademarking the thing before that, which is, it's pre-evolution, would make a lot of sense if you're planning to sell a lot of merchandise with the brand new Pokemon, stuff like that, or even maybe in TCG cards increase, like, its, kind of productivity and all that stuff. But this is all in particular mentioning, merchandising, video games, and events, and that sort of stuff. So it makes a lot of sense for them to re-trademark this now, if they're sooner or later going to be showing off Farfetch'd and stuff like that. So it makes a lot of sense, right? Logically speaking, it makes a lot of sense. But that isn't the only thing, though. Next up here is also, they have re-trademarked, Game Freak have re-trademarked Snorlax, which is very interesting. If we actually open this up here, we can see what the deal is with that. So, it's the same thing, Snorlax trademark, Nintendo Company Limited, Creatures Inc., and Game Freak Co. Limited have applied for Kabigon trademark in Japan for the purpose related to merchandising, video games, and events. Actual application added below, thanks to J. Pat. And it's the same thing. They've applied for the same areas, merchandising, video games, and events. And people have said already, like, potentially that there could be, like, a Galarian version of Snorlax coming up. So maybe that's what this is implying to, or this is, like, related to. But clearly the Farfetch'd one does make a lot of sense, because we do have Farfetch'd in that official leak, right, that we know is real. Or not official leak, but it's not official. But, like, the unofficial leak, but that has real information in it, because it's an actual leak. So I'm looking at that from that sense, right? Like, if it is real, then what are we looking at here, ladies and gentlemen? We're looking at, like, a soon-to-be reveal, because they're trademarking it, so I'm assuming they're trademarking it now to maybe just get it revealed sooner or later. And I think they did the same thing when I think they might have done the same thing back in the day, whenever Megas for Oras and whatnot were meant to be shown, or, like, they were being made or whatever. I remember they kind of trademarked a few things here and there, but it was a little bit up and down, right? I can't give an actual accurate statement on that, but I will just say this there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite excited for this, okay? I wanted not Surface specifically, but, like, I wanted a Farfetch'd evolution for a long time, okay? It's been a long awaited thing in my mind. And we didn't get anything on the 29th or the 30th now, in terms of Pokemon Sword and Shield news, which we thought we would from the Toy Fair, Japanese Toy Fair. That never really happened, so a lot of people are just really excited about the possibility of something happening right now. Just new news coming around this time, even though we had news very recently. Think about it, we got news back in, like, the 5th of June, and we're now, like, it's been barely a month now since it's been about almost a month now since we got that information. And then we also got more news after that with, the whole National Dex thing and all that stuff. More of that stuff got revealed as time went on. So we have seen a bunch of stuff already, very recently, but I think people want more stuff, and I think this is a good beginning. I think these trademarks do imply, at least to me, that we might see some stuff soon, and especially Farfetch'd in particular is very strange of a thing to re-trademark. Now again, please remember, this doesn't guarantee anything. This doesn't guarantee that we're going to be seeing Farfetched revealed anytime soon, or that Farfetched is even happening, but it does seem like that's what it's going towards. But do remember, though, that these trademarks sometimes could have to do with other things as well, because do remember that, you know, they trademark stuff, re-trademark stuff all the time. Sometimes, you know, something is an old trademark, and they want to re-trademark it just so they don't lose that, like, you know, rights to it and that sort of stuff. So do keep that in mind, though, ladies and gentlemen. They could have just re-trademarked this for, you know, other purposes, right? Or just to keep the trademark in their hands. So yeah, keep that in mind. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's just about it for information. I think that's about all we had to go through. So yeah, of course, we had the the Pokemon Masters stuff. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye, ladies and gents.